Hi there, this is Shrikant Dasari. So, in this lesson, we are going to learn about how to pass a structure variable in the form of a call by value to a function. Okay. So first, let me launch the IDE. We know that we are using Visual C++ 2005 Express Edition. Let me create a new project here. So find new project, empty project, and let me name some. Let me name the project as struct arg. Okay, so whatever you wanted, and you can name your let me add a .c file here. So code file and .cpp we can select, and you can say that as struct arg.c. Okay, so whatever you wanted, you can name your project. Let me go to full screen here, and I'm just adding the all the basic stuff here, like header files, hash include stdio.h. So hash include conio.h. Okay, so void main, close the main here. Okay, so let's have a comment also. Structure variable, structure variable as an argument here. Okay, so first let us take a define a structure here. So let me use the type def to cut short the name of the structure while declaring the variables here. Okay, type def struct. Okay, so name of the structure, let's take it as employee. Okay, let's close the type def definition here. Let's take a couple of structure variables such as emp number. Okay, so let's say char name to store the name of the employee. Let's take a float sal here. Okay, so typically an employee consists of these three basic entities. Any employee in the world, which contains a name, a number, or an ID, or he has a salary. Okay, now let me in the last lesson we had a problem while if you can declare the structure variable as a global thing, so then there is no problem here. Okay, so if at all you want to access that structure variable throughout the function, in the last lesson we have did like we have declared the structure variable like globally here. Okay, so we have done something like this. Okay, so that such that that structure variable can be accessed throughout the program in all other functions here. Okay, so if you want, you can also declare the structure variable inside the main function also, something like this, emp e1 comma so e2. So I have just declared the two structure variables for the emp structure here. So then I am assigning some some values into the structure using this assignment operator. Okay, all this syntax is very familiar to you, and so this is a very basic thing when you study about introduction to structures. Okay, so I'm just assigning emp number to 1, and I'm just saying the name as I'm giving my name Shrikant Dasari. Okay, so the salary, let's keep it as 20,000. Okay, so I have taken just a structure variable e1 and now I have assigned some data into it. Okay, so if at all so I want to make use of this structure inside another function, we have two different ways. The one is you can declare the structure variable as global variable, and then you can access it inside other functions. So other thing is you can pass that structure variable as an argument here. Okay, so that's what we are going to do in this very basic introductory lesson. So now I am taking a function here, so void print e1. Okay, so I am just having an argument here, let's say emp e1. Okay, so what I did is I have just taken that variable structure variable e1 as an argument here in our print e1 function, and now what I am going to do is I am just using the printf function. So I am going to access all the data there, so whatever the data that is stored inside the structure variable. So what I'm going to do is just have some couple of messages. Let's say employee number percentage %t, so even dot. Okay, so as soon as I press dot, if the IntelliSense is pointing out here, if you observe here, the IntelliSense is pointing out whatever the structure members that we have taken inside our structure employee here. So that's because we have taken redeclared or taken that structure variable again in the form of an argument in our print even function here. Okay, so as soon as you say dot, whatever the members stored in that, whatever the members of that structure will be shown here in our Visual Studio IntelliSense. So let's say empty number. We have a couple of other printf statements here. Okay, license left here. The employee name. So employee name is equal to, so percentage yes. Okay, so even dot name, let's say name here. Okay, so in the same way you can have the last printf statement, since we have only 3 data members in the structure. The employee salary. So employee salary is equal to, even though it's less, and every employee gets some sort of salary, so even dot sal here. Okay, so I have just displayed all the 3 values using the printf statement. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just having another printf statement here. So let me say printf license left in the details of employee E1 are as follows. So all these messages are just for understanding purpose here. Okay, so they are not mandatory. So when you are using using your structures for demonstrating purpose here. Okay, so for better understanding, we are intended to have some sort of messages to have a clear output here. Okay, so here I have taken a function and I have passed the structure variable as an argument. Okay, so I have just accessed all those things. Okay, so now we have to call our function here. So let me say the print E1. Okay, so just call the function with the argument inside it, since we are passing that E1 variable. Okay, since we are passing that E1 variable, and now let me have a prototype. So at the beginning here. Okay, since the function is defined up to the main, so we had also a prototype here. Okay, so now let me run this program. If everything goes well, it should work here. It's having a problem, so let's see what's the problem here. Okay, on line 14 we are having a problem here. So it says that MP1 is equal to, it's might having a problem here. So how silly is kind of problems we need to face here. So e2 comma e1, let's it's not accepting in this situation here. Okay, so unfortunately, interesting and very strange, our Visual Studio is not that compatible as other compilers here. Okay, so here we have all the details whatever we have taken here. So let me change the font a bit. Okay, screen test to black and screen background to white. Okay, so here we have so all the functions here. So all the functions, so only one function here. So what you have done is to be let's check the output once again. So whatever you have given, assign the values inside the structure E1. That's what we have got as the output here. Okay, so here if you demonstrate once again, to revise once again, you have taken a structure, a simple structure of employee, of name employee here. So you have taken some members, structure members here, and we have declared a variable using EMP inside the main function. Okay, so then that makes it as a global local declaration of a structure variable. Let's have a comment also. So local declaration of structure variable, local declaration of a structure variable. Okay. So and then what we have done is we have taken a variable e1 and we have just assigned some data into that structure, and then we have defined a function known as print e1, and we have just passed an argument as known in the previous session. We have now taken this entire even structure as an argument inside the function, and then we are passing it to the definition area. Okay, so actual parameters and formal parameters, and just we have using the printf statements, we have come out of some solution to print all the variables, whatever the data they contain here. Okay, so that's the simple demonstration of how to pass the structure variable as an argument in C. So see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.